Good morning. Today is the first day of our Vegan Launch Investor Training Program. And my goal is to train 10,000 vegans on early stage investing. And why do I think it's important to train vegans on investing? Well, the first reason is that when you go vegan, you have an access or opening to the notion of compassion. And one of the challenges with money, if we look back historically, money and cultures going back thousands of years, the money supply has been controlled by kings who are the most violent people in our culture, in human culture. So there's a natural aversion to money with people who are heart-centric, who are compassionate, who can see the bigger picture. Now, the challenge is if we simply relegate money to the most violent people in our culture, then we get the kind of culture that we have, a very violent culture. And so I'm an advocate that we do more than just vote with our dollars, that we begin to look deeply into the creation of culture. And we vegans, especially in the westernized cultures, have an opportunity to express a lot more freedom and compassion and other non-violent values through the way we handle money. So let's get right into it. And today is the very first building block, and as you watch these videos, you're going to step by step understand what is early stage investing, how we can create the kind of businesses we want and the kind of culture we want to have in the future through using our power as investors. So let's look very closely at money. What is money really? Well, again, in Western cultures, money is typically a sheet of paper of some sort. So how does that have any value? And some people like to say money is energy. That's a popular theme among maybe open-minded people. And I'm saying that's not exactly right, in my opinion. Everything I'm going to say is my opinion, but I believe in my opinion, so here we go. So if you have electricity coming from the power company, you've got an electric meter. And the meter is measuring the electricity, but the measure, the word kilowatt hour, is not the power itself, it's simply a measure of that. And so humans do have energy, and humans communicate with each other or convey that energy in various ways. And money is used as a symbol of that. So the sanctity of that symbol is what distinguishes different cultures' money supplies. So one of the tendencies throughout history of the kings and the people who run the money supply, but especially kings and dictators, since they're in charge of printing money, they have a tendency to print more when they want more. And pretty soon that catches up, that this symbolic contract is of no meaning, and that's when you get hyperinflation and the currency becomes valueless. So somehow money symbolizes value. It symbolizes things that are important to human beings, and those things can be violent and those things can be peaceful. It's a symbol of everything that we care about as humans. And again, the keeper of those symbols, those are the people that really decide the quality of that symbol and the agreement that that symbol means something. Now, we're heading into this new era of electronic currencies, Bitcoin and things like that, and there may be new possibilities to create currencies that are free from the direct attachment to the kingly authority to wage war. And so we may see more and more opportunities for peace-based currencies. And so Vegan Launch, in a lot of ways, is an exploration. How far can we go using the currency, the coin of the realm, which is somehow, in the end, tied to that animal side, that violent side of us, and how much can we use it, the symbols that we have at our fingertips, to create a more peaceful world. So Vegan Launch is not directly involved in creating the new currencies. I applaud those people that are exploring that basis and that basic fundamental type of platform level goal. I'm personally very much of a pragmatist. We have tools that we can use now to make the world a better place, and I say let's use them now, while other people take responsibility for creating new tools that will do a better job in the future. So now we've gotten to the point where we're saying, okay, money is a symbol of something. And that's this basic human phenomena throughout, since the dawn of civilizations, there's been money. It seems to be a spontaneous invention among human beings. And so any efforts to really escape money, let's just say that it's very challenging to live a life completely without money because it's almost an aspect of human culture and human society and just who we are as human beings. So for me, rather than try to escape it, I've been looking at how do we use it in the most powerful and effective ways to create the world that we want. So if we understand that money itself is a concept or an agreement, now we can look and see that the countries called capitalist countries have built on this one fundamental concept and added these other concepts. And so, to be very brief, they've created these two other concepts from the original concept of money. You call them elaborations on the fundamental concept. And one of those things is called cash flow. And you can consider cash flow as like a river that's running. So it's moving from some place to another. So that's flowing energy. And it's symbolized by the flow of money. And then there's something called an asset, which is a stored value. And you could look at this like a water tank. A water tank, if it's full of water, it's got stored potential, but no one is using the water. And then if the water is flowing, then that water is moving around and is of use. So now we've got these three basic concepts. Money is a concept, and then in capitalism we've come up with these other ideas called cash flow and assets. Cash flow is flowing money, and an asset is a storage pool for money. And that's a lot to learn in one day. So I'd like you to just hold on to these notions, and we'll use them in the following lessons. So thanks for watching. And if you like what I'm saying, feel free to hit the like button or subscribe. And of course, if you're on the Vegan Launch mailing list, you'll get this whole sequence of lessons in order.